Here's Brody Brazil.
I love this article that I came across the other day. It's from Cron 4 News here in San Francisco, and it's titled Bay Area Slang, a list of words that locals use. Now look, I'm a Bay Area native, born and bred all 40 years. How many of these words do I actually use? And more importantly, if you're not from around here and you're not familiar with the definitions, maybe let me give you a little bit of an education here. Beginning with hella. Hella is often used in place of a lot or very. For example, I'm hella tired, or that was hella fun. Definitely one of my words. Now, gotta be honest, more so in the teenage and 20s years, even into the 30s, maybe at 40, me saying hella doesn't come across the same way, but I still do it. This is a word that I've been using for a long time, and I understand you probably don't hear me saying it on television or broadcasting much or ever. But in my personal life, I will drop a hella in there pretty routinely. How many people were at the whatever? Well, maybe not in the last year, but there were hella people there. That was a hella good show. Look, there you go. Yee. Yee is another way of saying yes or yeah. If you drag out the E like yay, that shows more excitement. For example, trying to hang this weekend? Yay. That one just never came my way. I hear it. I respect it. I get it. I understand it. Yee never came from me. Slaps. Oh, yeah. Slaps is used when something is very, very good. For example, this beat slaps. Yeah, that's a slapper. I'll say that. And I don't mean like in hockey, slap shot. No, I'm talking about a beat that you want to get down to. It slaps. I say it. Slaps for me, yeah. And I think musically, it says when something is very, very good, you don't say like, oh, this burrito slaps. No. The beat slaps. The song slaps. The bass slaps. Tryna. Tryna is another way of saying trying to. It can also be used in place of saying, what would you like to do? I'm just trying to read these definitions in the most broadcastery way possible. For example, trying to grab lunch later? Now, let me just say, I use this a lot. And I don't, like, it's clearly saying trying to. And I run two words together all the time. You trying to do this? And that's usually the way I use it. Trying to do this, trying to do something. It's an active way of describing a situation. And I think it does usually go with a question for me. You trying to do something? Or he was trying to do this. Now, maybe I may be saying trying, but tryna? You trying to go here? You trying to go over there? You trying to get this door open? Say it all the time. Here's what's crazy. I can't imagine people elsewhere not using that one. It's just so easy. It should be in the dictionary. I almost said it should be a real word. It should be in the dictionary. Fitna. Fitna is another way of saying going to or about to. It's saying fitting to. I'm fitna. This term is also used by people not from the Bay. For example, I'm fitting to head to the gym later. Now, I'll be honest here. I'm doing this. I'm not trying to like pose here or exaggerate. This is not one that's in my vocabulary. Fitna. I'm finna do this. I'm about to do this. About to. I'm not trying to. I'm about to. But I don't know that I'm fitna. That's not one for me. Now, these next two are very important. If you're from around here, you get it. If you're not, you better get with this, all right? Check this out. The city. When people say the city, they are referring to San Francisco. For example, I'm heading to the city. I use that one all the time. People say, well, where do you live? Well, I grew up in the East Bay, went to San Jose State for college, then I moved to the city for work in the 2000s, and then eventually I moved back out to the East Bay. But I went to the city. Where do you work? I work in the city. You could say San Francisco, but our studios are in the city. Now, that's different from the town, as you see here. The town, similar to the city, is used when referring to Oakland. And technically, that's correct, town of Oakland. For example, I'm grabbing dinner tonight in the town. Now, you might also know the phrase town business. The town is Oakland. It's easy, right? And it's such a great contrast. The city, which looks like a city, and the town, which is a city, but could look like a town. I think Lake Merritt has something to do with that. Town business. Yeah, I like it. And I do use it. I use that one on television all the time. The A's are in the town tonight. Or the Texas Rangers visit the town. All right, juiced. Juiced is used when you're excited about something. For example, I'm so juiced for Outside Lands. Is this really, though, exclusive to the Bay Area? I feel like juiced, we use it here. I use it. Check me in on juiced. I get juiced to do a show. I get juiced to watch the Oakland A's and the San Jose Sharks play. But is that really Bay Area slang? We use it. I don't know if it's special to us like the city or the town or fitna or trying or hella. People in SoCal hate hella. Don't you guys? Yeah, you do. All right, let's move on to here. Out of pocket is another way of saying you've crossed a line or acting out a line. For example, he was being so rude, that was hella out of pocket. Now, full disclosure here, I didn't know about that one. So, could be even more regional, even more local than regional here in the Bay Area, one I've just never came across or heard of. Perhaps I'm also just flat out too old. I try and be a man of the people. I try and understand what's going on here. But this one, I'd never heard of. But I'm learning. Gigging. Now, I've heard of this one. It's also another one I don't necessarily use. Gigging also means dancing. For example, everyone was gigging when E40 came on. Ooh, some Earl Stevens. Oh, wait, did I say ooh? I meant to say ooh. Or some Todd Shaw, a little too short. There's a lot of songs that Mr. Fab, there's a lot of songs that come on and you be gigging to. I would say got down to it. It definitely slaps. Gigging's just not. I've heard it. I respect it. It's just not one that I don't frame it up very often. All right, couple more here. Hyphy. Hyphy means going crazy or hyperactive. For example, we were getting hyphy at the party. Sorry. I had to say it like that. I say hyphy all the time. Man, that walk-off last night at the Coliseum, that got me hyphy. All right. I will admit, though, when I use hyphy, I feel like it's forced. I feel like I force it in. Like I'll say it and somebody will be like, that came from you? But it's definitely, I feel it. Like the hyphy movement, what hyphy is, like it's like, you get it. There is a thing. Like hyphy is its own thing. You know it when you see it. You could describe it perfectly with that one word, hyphy. We're getting hyphy at the party. That's pretty generic usage of it, but again, paints a picture for me. A little bit more specific. Tripping. Tripping is used when somebody's overreacting to something, even if someone is doing something stupid or irrational. For example, you must be tripping. Now, I am pretty positive. Like, I am almost certain that this is a nationally used, internationally used phrase. Tripping? You're tripping? Did it start here? I don't think so, but I use that one a lot. You're tripping. That's probably you must be tripping. That's another way to say it, but somebody says something where it's just unbelievable, too crazy to be real, you're tripping. You are tripping. Yeah, and that's probably the way to say it too. You are tripping. That's one of my common usages here. And last but certainly not least, put on blast. Put on blast is a phrase used when you are getting called out or bring up information about someone that they didn't want others to know about. Kind of like thrown under the bus, but maybe a little bit different here. The phrase has gotten more popular with social media. For example, that girl put me on blast in front of the whole class. But how's that on social media if she put you on blast in front of other people. That's real me. That's real life, not social. Anyway, I digress. Put somebody on blast. You call them out. You confront them. You expose something. You put people on blast. I've been saying that one for a long time. You know, he put the whole place on blast. Figuratively speaking, not literally speaking. So look, I had fun with this article, and I'm sure there's a couple other ones here that were omitted, or if you mention them and I think about them, but these seem pretty good as like main ones. And I don't know, so I guess I'm using about half of them here. I thought that was interesting. I don't know, did you find that interesting? Do you use any of these words? Let me know in the comments section below. By the way, if I didn't mention this, I love the Bay Area for having something, like having its own bit of language. And I realize maybe LA could come up with a list like this, so could New York. But I love the Bay because of this. Thanks for watching.